Zoe Halley, and today I will teach you how to look like Marilyn Monroe.
Recently, I came across this modern Marilyn palette by Faceology. There are 6 tones, from light to medium, that will help you to achieve a sculpted and glowing Marilyn Monroe heart-shaped face. It is even rumored to have taken 2 to 3 hours for Norma Jean to transform into Marilyn Monroe. Now I begin by curling my eyelashes, just how Marilyn also did. Erin Parsons' Makeup on YouTube covered an auction that revealed Marilyn Monroe had an eyelash curler in her makeup kit. Marilyn's preferred primer was Vaseline, but in today's times we are using YSL's Touche Eclat Blurring Primer. After applying my skincare, I start by adding a very sheer layer to any areas that have texture. This gives the soft focus effect of a blurring lens. Disperse the product to the edge of your face till you feel nothing left on your fingertips. Next, I'm applying a few generous coats of this Dior lash primer. This is going to create those bedroom lashes which Marilyn was obsessed with, inspired by Greta Garbo and Jean Harlow. Here I have traced underneath my eyebrow with concealer and dispersed the rest of the product into the hairs and onto my upper eyelid. Marilyn worked with a makeup artist named Alan Snyder, aka Whitey, to really create this white, wide-eyed look. Patting on the white and building the layers will help to achieve the most brightness. Later I'm going to define the crease with one of the deeper shades in the palette. Before adding the white eyeshadow directly to my eyelid, I'm using this Studio Fix foundation powder from MAC Cosmetics in NC15 just to cancel out any discoloration before allowing that white to pop. Here I'm coming in with Luminous Silk Foundation from Giorgio Armani in 3.8 mixed with Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Foundation in 1 Neutral. This combination allows for my skin to appear luminous but also have just a little bit extra coverage. Marilyn had a milky, very fair complexion and was even covered in a very gentle peach fuzz that truly made her glow in the camera's lights. Here I am tracing the circumference of my lips with this Luminous Silk Concealer by Giorgio Armani in number 3. Dispersing the color and setting it with an HD setting powder will really allow the lip liner to contrast. Here I'm going to come in with a camouflage concealer that is a little bit more peach than the rest of my complexion. This is going to help to cancel out that purple dark blueness that's under my eye and help to mix with the Giorgio Armani yellow base concealer in number 3 to really perfect the color combination and cancel out all of that tiredness. Using a small fluffy brush to set the under eye concealer with the HD powder before it has had a chance to crease. Now it's time to open our eyes and open our face with the highlighting and contouring portion. Here I'm beginning to softly trace the crease and give that bedroom eye effect. Here is Charlotte Tilbury's The Sophisticate palette. This palette has taupey, gray, brown colors in it, which will allow you to sculpt freely as if you are casting a real shadow. Steer clear from browns that have a lot of red or orange in their base. Using bronzer could also cast an unrealistic look. Now it's time to highlight. Take the light color and trace the bridge of your nose in a straight line, also the bulb of your nose. Here you'll take your highlighter and also trace the sides of your face This Sculpt and Glow palette by Charlotte Tilbury will help to give the dewy shine that Marilyn was known for. Here I'm using the sculpting side to trace my jawline, giving myself a more rounded jaw. Marilyn had a very heart-shaped face, and her widow's peak lended to that effect as well. Tracing the eyeliner over the lashes, rising above the pupil will make the pupil appear more dilated and more seductive. By sweeping it down to the lower corner of the lashes and flicking it up again, it will really draw the viewer in. Marilyn and her makeup artist Whitey used this effect to make Marilyn's eyes appear farther apart. She even used a brown on the inner part of the eyeliner. Using Lash Princess by Essence, I love this curved brush. It gives all of the lift and volume that I need. Here is the brown eyeliner. I'm just going to use it to trace the inner part of my eyes. And now time for brows. This is Revlon's Micro Brow Color Stay Brow Pencil in 456 Dark Brown. I'm using it very slowly to draw individual hair strands and sculpt my eyebrow the way that I desire it. One hair can make or break an eyebrow, so take your time with this process. The eyebrows are truly the most integral part of any makeup application. I often say that the eyebrows should be there already. Providing structure to the face, a good eyebrow can almost look like a facelift if done correctly. Marilyn and Whitey Snyder developed a look for her eyebrows together that had quite a pronounced, sharp peak. This allowed for the eye to be drawn quite far upward and also provided a little bit of contrast to her round face. This next technique was used to make Marilyn's eyes appear very large and open. Here I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's cream-colored eye cheat pencil. Marilyn would use a white pencil because it would translate very well in film, but since this is a modern take, I used the cream. Here I'm using Chanel's Water Fresh Blush in light peach. The micropigments are encapsulated in a hydrating water that your skin drinks as the product is laid down. Since I'm already wearing layers of makeup, I'm going to burst the beads first and quickly move my brush over my cheeks. On top, I'm using a very ancient Jessica Simpson glowing highlighting powder. Next is going to be Marilyn's iconic lips. Marilyn was known to mix many lip colors and mediums together to give her lips a luscious glow and shine. She really worked on sculpting dimension here, so by using a deeper colored lip liner to trace the circumference of my lips, I'm going to give the illusion that my lips are even more luscious and pouty. My most absolute favorite lip product has got to be Chanel's Ultra Le Rouge tint. This comes in a variety of shades, and this red truly does not transfer once it's on. Now it's finally time for the wig. This look is going to be inspired by George Masters' Marilyn. They were working together and he was styling her hair in this delicious, bouffant, puffy blonde style. Using a wig cap to tuck my hair underneath, I'm going to place it on my forehead first, stretch it over my head, and tuck the rest of my hair inside, nice and tight. This is a lace front wig that I have pre-trimmed to fit my head. Here, this iconic look resembles Kenneth Batel's look, who styled Marilyn for the Happy Birthday, Mr. President in 1962. Here, I'm just adjusting the wig to make sure it's where I want it to be. Then I'm flipping it back and placing some got-to-be glued blasting freeze spray. Blow drying it lightly on a cool setting just to press the lace into my forehead. My transformation is almost complete, just for some finishing touches and really getting into character. Just before we go, you may have noticed that I did not include Marilyn Monroe's iconic beauty mark in my tutorial today. That's because I'm doing a modern take on Marilyn. However, if you do desire to put her beauty mark, Pin-Up Palmer from YouTube had an incredible technique to suggest. Take some black eyelash glue and place a little dab on the tip of a bobby pin. The bobby pin will provide the perfect round beauty mark to dab on after your makeup is perfect. The fact that the glue is a little bit raised will make it appear as if the beauty mark is real. And that's our tutorial for today. Thank you for joining me. See you again!